Hello. As promised, I wanted to tell you about this story yesterday, but something went wrong with my internet connection, so I'm going to do it today. So this is a story about a real queen, a real diva, and a real miracle. And this all started 12 years ago when I was 7 months pregnant, and I was invited to join my former colleagues and my husband, who worked with my former colleagues, because we used to be colleagues as well. And so this were the colleagues. This was an invitation from my husband's design firm where he worked then. And I was invited to join him for a Thomas Hampson concert. And Thomas Hampson is a very famous baritone, and I'm a huge fan. So I was really, really, really happy that I could join him. So free gift, very happy. So I went 7 months pregnant, and back then I looked like I was 11 months pregnant with triplets. So I was pretty big, and concert was beautiful and everything was nice. And then he ended with he gave an encore, and the encore was Morgen, which is, it was in the Concertgebouw. Very important detail, because, well, I'll tell everything later. It was in the Concertgebouw in Amsterdam, Netherlands, which is one of the most famous and well-known and best concert halls in the entire world. And then Thomas Hampson sang Morgen, which is a song by Richard Strauss. And Richard Strauss composed this as a wedding gift for his wife. And Morgen says it, the first line is "Und morgen wird die Sonne wieder scheinen," and something clicked in me, and it's an incredibly beautiful song. And in English it's, "And tomorrow the sun will shine again, and on the way which I shall follow, she will again unite us lucky ones." I have to cry about this all the time. "She will again unite us lucky ones, as all around us the earth breathes in the sun. Slowly, silently we will climb down to the white beach and the blue waves. In silence we will look in each other's eyes, and the mute stillness of happiness will sing upon us." Okay, still have to cry. And so something clicked, and I suddenly realized that I was pregnant, and this baby, it was my first child, and everything was so unexpected. I was almost 42, and I stood there with the love of my life, and I felt like I was sort of embodied in this huge universe of wonder and beauty. And this song, at the same time, it broke me down and it built me up. Like, well, something really incredibly happened, and I didn't know what it was. But I had to cry. I was this big woman with a huge belly, and not just nice tears, but really brawling with tears. And I was falling apart. But I was surrounded with all these colleagues, and I had no idea what to do. And then all of a sudden there was a hush all around me, and people said, "Maxima is here, Maxima is here." So Maxima was our princess back then. She's now our queen of the Netherlands. And she stood up on top of the balcony. And so everyone was occupied with Maxima and not with me. So I could cry. I could do whatever I wanted, because no one was looking at me. So Maxima fully, completely saved my my day, my evening, my state of being in this sort of transcendent, I don't know what's happening. So this is part one. Then the next thing that happened was I learned this whole aria by heart because it meant so much to me. And then I turned on the radio a couple of years later, and someone said, "Who wrote the lines of Morgen?" And I immediately wrote down McKay, because he wrote the lines. And within 10 minutes, I got a free CD. And I got this CD, so present one. Oh no, present two. A couple of years later, there was some sort of in the Netherlands we have the every year the heart and soul list, and then you have to vote for whatever piece of music you really love. And of course I voted for Morgen, and I got a huge box of CDs, just not a couple of CDs, but I think it's a box like this, which was well, it was 2 minutes work. And then last week I turned on the radio, and I heard a voice say, "Do you want to go to Joyce DiDonato?" Joyce DiDonato is a world famous singer, and I wrote an email and I said, "Yes, I love to go to Joyce DiDonato." And a couple of hours later, I got tickets to Joyce DiDonato, and these are not cheap tickets. So I got to go to Joyce DiDonato, and so I went there last weekend on Saturday, and I went with my son, and it was the most amazing, beautiful, no words concert, really beautiful. And we sat on the stage, and when I reached out my hand, I could almost touch Joyce DiDonato. And sometimes she climbed up the stairs, these big Diva stairs at the Concertgebouw. And she was just standing next to me. Oh, there were a couple of people between her and me. So this was really wonderful. But the whole evening was about peace. And she sent out a little invitation to everybody. This is the invitation. This is what everyone got, a beautiful card. And on it it says, "Art is a valiant path to peace. The power to bravely tip the scales toward peace lies firmly within every single one of us. And so I ask you, in the midst of chaos, how do you find peace?" And she asked everyone to write down, what brings you peace? And in the halls, everyone of the Concertgebouw, during break, everyone was scribbling down how they found peace, which was beautiful in itself. And then, after this amazing concert with music by Purcell and Handel, she said there's only one way how we can end this concert, and that is by singing Morgen, which was completely, I had no idea she was going to do this. And I'm sorry for the crying. And so she sang Morgen. And I was sitting next to my son, who sat in my belly 12 years earlier in the same concert hall. And once again, it completely got to me. And then she said, the reason why I'm singing this is it's the only certainty we have right now in the midst of this chaos and political change and horror that happens all around us, and that is Und morgen wird die Sonne wieder scheinen, and tomorrow the sun will shine again. So I sat there and she sang it, and I really, really had to cry. And because it felt like something, this is a team song to me. And it's about hope, and it's such a huge synchronicity that it keeps on coming all the time. And and my son was holding my knee just like he did 12 years before, when I really felt that he was comforting me when I was crying at the Concertgebouw. And so I was standing, we walked back to the car at 11 or even later at night in dark, beautiful Amsterdam, where he was born and made. And so I was telling him about this and how beautiful it all was, and the synchronicity of this song, and that every time this song comes up, I get a present. And even when it's not expected at all. And then I was thinking about it, and now it gets eerie, because the next day I thought, am I going to tell this story or not? And then I looked in my Facebook memories, and up came exactly the same day a story I had written 5 years ago about Morgen, Thomas Hampson, Strauss and Concertgebouw. So this is really sheer synchronicity. I'm not completely sure what it means. So if you have an idea, just let me know. I think it has to do with having faith and being aware that things will show up by itself, but probably there's more. And so if you have any idea about what it could mean, I'd love to hear. Really, tell me what it means. I will write down the song, the text, and I'll ask you to find. There are many different. Well, it's all over. It's on YouTube and everywhere. So find this wonderful aria lied, and well, this is basically it. A story about synchronicity. Okay.